We're live then?
Yeah.
Cool, cool. Well, I'm glad to be on stream with you again. It's been a while. How
Yeah.
you doing today?
I'm just glad that we get to do some things together.
Yeah, I like this too. I don't know. I had fun last time we played this. What I might do is there's a hook that lets you. It makes it so that like you can like you don't have to have like when you're fishing you can the fish don't start pulling until you're ready. And I might do that so I can knit while we're talking, and then I'll just fish, and then like when fish bites I can grab it, you know?
Is that like
Uh,
a setting?
well, there's like a one of the bobbers.
Oh, okay.
I just need to buy it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. What have you been up to? I saw you've been playing Sparking Zero. That's cool. Is it good?
Yeah, I was really enjoying it. I've been meaning to make a stream out of that as well.
That'd be cool. I thought you did stream it. Did you? Did you? I forget.
I did do a stream. I didn't really have my microphone on for it.
Gotcha.
It'd be fun to do a proper one.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know. I need to watch more Dragon Ball or read. I don't know. Like I've read the very beginning of the manga of like OG Dragon Ball. I'd like to read more because I really love Akira Toriyama stuff because I'm a big Dragon Quest fan. Um, where I ripped up.
Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff that's might be kind of tough to get through, and like really early on in Dragon Ball. I was
Yeah.
rewatching some of it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, basically there's just a lot of like sexual jokes and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no, I've read the first few bits and there are I
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
in the
So
manga as well, because
so
that was
great.
just Akira Toriyama's sense of humor at the time.
Yeah. I do like the weird sci-fi stuff. Like they have the little capsules. I think those are cool.
Yeah, it's a great plot device because it means they can just have a car or a whole house just ready to go.
Also, I like how it's Journey to the West.
It is, yeah. Well, I mean, Dragon Ball wasn't even going to last that long originally. It was just going to be like a little adaptation of Journey to the West, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah.
But it's like a reoccurring thing with Dragon Ball that Akira Toriyama's editor would always like step in and be like, "No, you should really like double down on this or do this and stuff." So
Always funny how stuff like that. Editor is always hit or miss. Like I remember the editor for uh JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like he was like, oh, like readers won't like this or this and this, and then like readers won't like a female protagonist, you know, or like a female taking a major role, and then eventually Araki is like, no, I'm gonna do that, and then people really like that. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. Oh, I got a treasure chest. How do I open it?
need to mash
Uh,
faster.
you can upgrade your hook so that you need to mash less. If you go to the frog guy, you can upgrade it's the first one. It's rod power, and that makes it so your rod does more, I guess, damage every time you click. So it like goes to the numbers faster. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I should really do that. I just want to make sure I have a little bit of money first.
Yeah. Okay, so I got the upgrade that makes it so I don't have to click right away. So I think. Oh no! Wait. No. Okay. Oh, I didn't equip it. I'm dumb. Let me equip it. That was the problem. It's the patient lure. Oh. Oh, nice fish. It's a salmon.
Yeah,
I suddenly had the urge to cover it in paint. Um. Oop. Yeah. Um. I really like
I
Akira
see.
Toriyama's artwork. Like I said, I'm a big Dragon Quest fan, and I like the I always like the characters in that.
I saw what you wrote on the ground. Yeah, I really like Akira Toriyama's art style and stuff.
Yeah.
I need to play more Dragon Quest or any Dragon Quest actually.
Dragon Quest is good. One sec. Okay, cool. So if you have the patient lure, it waits until you're ready to actually do the mini game. I like that.
It says I have to pay towards my camp tier.
What?
I hadn't been doing any of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to pay like a bunch of money to upgrade your camp tier. Everything's locked for
Oh,
me right now.
can't you just get that by leveling up, or am I thinking of something else?
Um,
Let me see.
okay, I think I can buy the lure right now, but I need like $50.
Okay, yeah. Remember you can sell your fish, at the sell shop.
Yeah, I need to get some fish before I can sell them.
Okay, I
I
see.
spent
So you
all
pay towards increasing your camp. Okay, so camp tier is separate to leveling up. I see. I see. I see.
yeah, it was because I spent all my money on the guitar last time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it seems like when everyone plays this game, they always go to like the pier. I'm not sure where it is exactly. It's probably the best spot to be in.
Yeah, let's go down. Let's go there together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not opposed to being in like public rooms and stuff, but maybe.
Do you want to go there, or I'm fine just to chill here. I'm fine the way. uh,
Yeah, like not necessarily right now, but maybe when
come back.
more comfortable.
Where'd you go? I think the pier's this way. Oh no, you went to the drink.
Yeah, that just sent me straight into the water. You have to do
Yeah,
the Mario 64 speedrunning dive.
yeah. I was gonna say this feels like Mario 64 speedrunning. You're right. Well, the only thing it's missing is you can't jump backwards. Ooh, ooh.
There was a glitch in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet where you know how you have like you kind of have like a mount in that game. It's like a legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, that thing.
Um, there is like a glitch in the game that was still working when we were playing it. That if you jump backwards, you can actually like go like really far, and you can actually like go up mountains and stuff.
Oh, that's fun. Skyrim
So there's a
horse.
yeah, so because there's supposed to be like later on, you can unlock the ability to climb and stuff, but if you just jump backwards, you can get up mountains and get to areas you're not supposed to be in yet.
I like that. Yeah, I actually have that game. I didn't play a ton of it. I remember specifically, this was a few years
Like,
ago. I was on a trip with my family, and me and my brother both got it on our Switches, and we're playing together. One thing I did really like about that game is that it had local co-op.
yeah,
Not like a local Switch co-ops. Like me and my brother both had Switches, and we could play like co-op without needing to connect to the internet on the airplane, if that makes sense.
I
Like
got
it
a
was
really
like,
big fish.
whoa, that is a big fish. It's like, let me finish this mini game.
Um, yeah, we were playing it co-op. I thought it was really fun, despite all the issues that it has.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that I remember when I played that game, there was a lot of really cool stuff in it. It's mainly just that it like kind of lacked a lot of polish, was I'd say the main thing. Um,
Yeah,
which I'd say is mainly because they pump out those games so fast. Because I mean I've before, and I don't entirely blame them. I mean I don't entirely blame the people programming the games. Rather, the main thing is that the games like had everything else. So if they delayed the game, it would delay also the anime and the trading cards and the merchandise and everything else. You know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think all the best fish are over here.
yeah.
Yeah, we played, me and Gray played Scarlet and Violet co-op through the whole game and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, you can't like go into gyms together and stuff. You just kind of have to like do things um together, but like separately.
Yeah.
So it's like we took turns going into the gym. But it would have been more cool if they let you actually do all that stuff together.
Yeah.
So when we were doing like events and stuff, like when you're fighting like important bosses and stuff, like the Elite Four or something, you have to just like, okay, we're doing it at the same time, and it's just, since we were in a call, we could talk about it, but we couldn't see each other until it was over.
Yeah. I liked the music from when you fight the evil team in that game. They had like really good music.
I need to remember where this is. I've run out of bait already.
I mean, there's like should be a shop nearby. Yeah, there's one right there. One sec, let me
Oh,
reel in.
yeah, I see it.
So you can like sell and restock your bait, and then just come back over here.
That's good. We don't need to backtrack then. I guess
Yeah,
I could afford to get the lure right now. Maybe I should do that.
it's up to you. I mean, I'm mainly doing it because I'm like knitting at the same time, and so I'm like
It would be
kind of nice
easier,
to not
but
worry
I
about.
want to see if I can. Oh, okay, I can see where it is. It's not actually that far away. I didn't want to get lost or something.
Yeah. I've been in a colony sim mood myself as of late. I've been playing Rimworld and Dwarf Fortress. Um, it's
What's
funny
that
because
like?
they have very little in the way of graphics, you know? I think I've shown you Dwarf Fortress before, and it like has ASCII graphics. Well, at least it used to. There's a version on Steam now that has actual graphics, but like originally its graphics were all ASCII, and so like it has basically no graphics, but it somehow manages to be a very like detail oriented and brutal game. Particularly because like things don't have health points; instead it simulates all their like body parts.
Yeah,
And like so when things are attacked, like they like lose body parts and things, and it's like horrifying. And you're just like reading through. I mean, one thing I've noticed is that like I won't say what happened because it was horrifying, but like um like a freaky thing happened in Dwarf Fortress, and I found it a lot freakier than when it happens in like Elden Ring, because in Elden Ring the thing is animated, right? And the animators like take like they choose what to animate, and usually they like don't animate the whole thing. But in
yeah,
Dwarf Fortress, like you're reading text logs, you know? So it's your imagination is where the stuff happens, and so it could be a lot more like real feeling, you know, at least to me.
Yeah.
It's like when a freaky thing happens that, you know, to me felt a lot more like real than when I see it happen in Elden Ring.
Which lure did you say it was again?
The patient one.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
unlocked the burger shirt.
Nice. Borger.
Is it equipped? How do you change it?
Hit B to open your equip menu.
Oh. Okay. I think I know how to get back.
B. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's very like RuneScape, like fishing in RuneScape.
Yeah, I was gonna say the main difference I've noticed is that in RuneScape you usually have to, at least in what I played RuneScape, you have to walk back pretty far after all your things to like at least like when I was like going mining, you have to like walk all the way to the forge, you know.
I guess I'm like trained to like expect that. That's why I was like, oh, like you can buy more bait right over there. That's really nice. I guess I was expecting it to be more inconvenient.
Not same, like what was that? I was playing like a Minecraft prison server and they had that too, where it's like, oh, to sell it you have to like go walk all the way over here. It was
Yeah.
stupid.
That's the main thing that slows you down with in RuneScape is you have to backtrack a lot. Your inventory gets full, you have to go put it all in the bank or whatever, and then
Whoa! Look how big this one is. It's a
um
Queelicant.
1 second.
Queelicant.
Oh, that's
Ooh, look at
that's massive.
Yeah. I forget, they're like an ancient fish. I remember.
and they still exist though.
They still exist. Yeah, I mean they're like an ancient fish that just never evolved.
Basically, yeah.
I can see why this is the meta.
Yeah.
Should get your hat on stream.
Come again? Oh yeah. Okay. No, I like all the clothing items for this game. They're very silly. Um, this one is they're all like spoofs of those uh like I know my grandpa has it. They're all like the misogynistic like old
The
white men
Amazon
hats
like
that are
shirt with like paragraph of text on it. It's really like super specific shirts and stuff.
yeah, but these ones are like silly. It's like
Women
women
fear
fear
me, fish fear me.
fish.
Men turn their eyes away from me as I walk. No beast dare make a sound in my presence. I am alone on this barren earth.
Well, I mean, it's a spoof of like there's like this like misogynistic like fisher hat that like some grandparents have, and like um
Yeah.
but like this one's like instead of just it being like woman bad, it's like, oh no, I'm an eldritch horror,
Yeah.
which I appreciate.
Yeah, well, it was also making me think of like hyper specific shirts where it's like, um, I'm an electrician with 5 children, and you better not mess with me because I own like a Honda car, and
Yeah.
it's like this is so
Who's the
specific.
who's the target demographic for this, and why are they one person?
Yeah. You also have the Amazon wolf shirt.
Yeah, there are three wolves inside of me.
Are they Goober?
Indeed. Got a shrimp. That makes me want to eat shrimp. I did get the stuff to make
Large
more pizza. We
anglefish.
should do that at some point. We got anglerfish?
No, it was an
Anglefish.
angelfish.
Oh, angelfish. I see.
Yeah, I misread it. An anglefish is a very different thing.
Yeah.
There's an
Honestly,
anglerfish,
yeah.
the one that has like a little lamp on its head.
Yeah, I feel like an anglerfish would be like the devilfish, and then the angelfish is the not devilfish. I don't know.
Can be
Anglerfish
your
are
angle or your
scary.
devil.
Does that mean if you eat an anglerfish, you gain a power like in One Piece?
The devilfish. I see.
Damn,
Small
she mashed.
octopus.
She mashed hard.
Oh, no, I didn't. You can upgrade your pull so it takes away more health from the bar.
I think this game has its own version of
Amarn.
Herobrine.
It has
Hi.
Herobrine?
Yeah. We make web fishing creepypastas.
You were supposed to be a hero, Brian.
I think I
That
like
one was really really hard. Oh yeah, I forgot the Minecraft movie is a thing.
Yeah.
You were supposed to be the hero, Brian. He's like, I like the sound of that.
And then Wet Hands and Minor Key starts playing.
When they make the web fishing movie, Jack Black can be in it.
Yeah, Jack Black could be the fishing pole.
Yeah, we were joking about that. Like all the movies they could make, they cast Jack Black in it, and he's like not wearing any makeup or anything. It's just Jack Black.
Yeah. It's probably just weird to me because like it feels like I mean, you know, he's just there for the paycheck, but like I remember with the Mario movie, he it felt like he was putting a lot of effort in. Particularly, he made like the whole Bowser music video afterwards. I don't know if you're aware of that. He like dressed up as
No,
Bowser.
I don't
Like
remember that.
he put a lot of effort into it, and it's like just weird that then it's like, oh yes. I mean, I'd imagine that like again they were like, ah yes. This is like okay.
I mean, the thing is, it's not really like he can too much.
I am Stephen Minecraft and Jack Black is my name.
Yeah.
Whenever I restock on the worms, I always like mash it and get like 20 of them, but I think you only need to do it once. I think it just refills the whole thing.
Correct, yeah.
So I didn't need to do that. But it costs nothing, so it's fine.
Yeah. Get the if you get the ranked up. If you get the crickets, then you can get better stuff too.
Yeah.
Also, you can hit return to spawn to fast travel back to the beginning.
Yeah,
For
that's really
fast travel
convenient.
view.
Yay.
It's good to be able to learn the island, though.
Yeah. Oh, I unlocked leeches.
Leeches.
There's a massive cloud over there. It's only raining in that part. I don't know what the rain means, if it changes something.
I mean, a lot of times in fishing games, rain makes the fishing better. Where's the cloud?
It's like in the middle of the forest, like above the lake or something.
Yeah, it just started raining where I am.
Yeah, I think it can rain in different parts of the map.
Yeah.
You know, for how cheap this game is, it's really expensive. They honestly could have gotten away with charging more for it.
Yeah, no, it's very good. I've been enjoying it.
It's always funny how it's video. These are the video games that really are like super successful. Like, you know, they pump all this money into like giant games like Concord
Yeah,
and stuff, and then everyone just ends up playing WebFishing. It's made by like probably like one person,
yeah.
$5.
I mean, I think it's just because of HeartNet, you know?
Yeah, it's like we all end up just playing these these much smaller games like I can't remember what that one game was where you were like a team of four. It was kind of like a horror game. Oh, is that like
Oh,
a swordfish?
I think that's what fish. Lethal Company, I think.
Yeah, Lethal Company and you know, obviously like Among Us and stuff like that.
It's
Really,
always
these
funny
really
to me,
simple
like,
games.
yeah, it's always fun to me after those come out, then big companies try to cash in on the thing. Like, I remember after Among Us came out, then a bunch of AAA companies were like, ah, yes, we shall make our own Among Us. And none of them panned out. Yep. I like how they have the Animal Crossing, like, pun once you catch the fish. Shrimply
Yeah,
impressive.
definitely very Animal Crossing inspired.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can play this game with a controller.
I would imagine. I mean, I don't see anything that feels anti-controller.
Web fishing for Nintendo Switch.
That'd be good.
I could see that happening. I could see there being like a Nintendo Direct in the near future where they're like cast your hook into the ocean for this next feature and it's web fishing.
Yeah.
They would say something like that.
Yeah. Either that or it'd be the sizzle reel. And instead, all the games that they showcase would be various farming games.
Sometimes I think with like the last Nintendo Direct, like all the games that I actually like would have cared about were in like the sizzle reel and were like not really talked about or focused on. They were just like a quick like, wait, that's a thing, and then it was gone.
Yeah. No, that definitely happens sometimes. And it's like, wait, why did Farming Simulator 5 get a feature, but then the other game didn't? It is funny. There's Nintendo Directs in the past that like had games I didn't care about then, that now I do care about those games. And then I'm like I remember there's a Nintendo Direct that had a bunch of RPGs, and like at the time I was like, you know, I was like, oh, you know, none of this really like interests me. Um, but like some of the RPGs that it showed off are like some of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
was surprising that you wouldn't have been into RPGs
I mean, I
because it
was
seems
into
like you're
RPG. It's just like I hadn't played any Dragon Quest games at that point. I don't think. Um, when they showed off Dragon Quest 11.
um speaking of RPGs with dragon in the name, the new Dragon Age did come out a few days ago.
Oh, okay. I don't know much about Dragon Age.
I just I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to care about it though. Dragon Age is made by BioWare who make Mass Effect,
Okay.
and Mass Effect's like one of my favorite like game series of all time. But the thing is with Dragon Age, like the first one, Dragon Age Origins is like a really good game. I recommend playing. Um, when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3, it reminded me a lot of Dragon Age Origins, and it's funny because I found out that Dragon Age Origins was originally supposed to be like um BioWare really wanted to make like another Baldur's Gate game, so they made Dragon Age to be like a spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate, and that's why it basically is Baldur's Gate.
Ah, I see.
And the reason it's called Origins is because you, depending on your race and your class, you actually start with like a different origin that you actually like have to play through and stuff, and then
Oh, interesting.
makes the game really replayable. But so that's like a great game, but then Dragon Age 2 was kind of this really weird thing where they tried to make it way more like Mass Effect, even though it was like doing its own thing. So like in Dragon Age 2, you play as a human called Hawk, and their name's just Hawk, and they're voice acted, and they're male or female human, and you just change their appearance a little bit,
I see.
and it has like
Yeah.
Mass Effect dialogue wheel, and it's
I mean, hearing what the original was, that feels like a very big change. Oh wow, I get jump scared by how big the fish are. That feels like I don't know. I mean, there's always a thing with series like you want to experiment and try different things sometimes, right? But then there's like times that it's like it almost feels like it should just be a different series. I don't know.
yeah, it just felt like they were forcing it to be more like Mass Effect when it really didn't need to be.
Yeah.
They made they did make a third one, which is Dragon Age Inquisition, which came out like 10 years ago at this point. And that game tried to balance it a bit more where you could play as other races again, but it was still voice acted. But it tried to like please fans of both games, and it kind of had a weird thing going on where it was the gameplay style was the gameplay style keeps changing. Like basically like Dragon Age Origins is like a turn-based like CRPG where you can
Yeah.
like pause it and go into like tactical views and stuff.
Mhm.
Inquisition has like this weird like single player MMO thing going on
Okay.
where you have like these big grindy open areas with like bosses and stuff and like fetch quests and stuff where it feels like you're playing an MMO but you're the only person in it. It's
I
kind of
like that. I don't
interesting.
know. Like that's what Xenoblade is. Xenoblade's like a single player MMO. That's how the gameplay is usually structured. And I'm
Yeah.
personally a big fan of that because I mean, mainly because of I think it's like it kind of caters to me because I like MMOs and the part I like least about them is the other people. I just like the gameplay style.
Yeah, I don't think Inquisition even like approaches Origins in terms of quality, but I did like it. I thought it was a fun experience. I've never really replayed it though.
Yeah.
Um, so that was the last Dragon Age game, and it ended on a cliffhanger. And this was in 2014, and now in 2024, like 10 years later, they finally came out with the sequel.
I see.
But I can't really bring myself to care about it. Um, Also, they changed the name, and I really liked the old name a lot better.
What's the new name?
So originally it was going to be called Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and then they changed it to Dragon Age the Veilguard.
Yeah, the original name is way better. Okay, that's very funny to me because when you said they changed the name and that reminded me of Metroid Dread. I've told you about that before, right?
Um, what exactly?
So, in the Metroid series, Metroid 4. So, Metroid 4 was the one on the GBA, and that's Metroid Fusion, right? And then they're working on a fifth one for the DS. They were going to call Metroid Dread, but then they canceled it. Um,
Yeah, I know that they were like it was a big deal. Like they had talked about making Metroid Dread for a long time.
yeah, well, basically they were like, we want to do things, but the things we want to do, the DS can't do. Um, and so then
Software to
they
be beside me
eventually
there.
made Metroid Dread on the Switch, and it has the title Metroid Dread, and that like made every Metroid fan go like, um,
Yeah, like there was videos of like people
Like
reacting to that.
that like Metroid constantly forefront of its technological capability.
Yeah, I mean, so one thing about Metroid games that are always interesting is that they um they almost always come at the end of their console's lifespan.
Yeah.
Um like ooh, I increased the camper ink. I've unlocked a new private island prop. Interesting. But yeah, only a few exceptions, most Metroid games came at the end of their console lifespan. And part of the reason for that is that the developers always want like when they make them want to have like mastery over that console so that they can like take full advantage of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
Um
sense.
like Metroid uh I think like Metroid 2 on the GBA or on the Game Boy is like one of the most complex Game Boy games. Super Metroid on the SNES is one of the most complex SNES games, stuff like that, you know. Um,
It's funny because Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be a launch title.
it probably is, yeah. I mean, Metroid Prime 3 was a launch title for the Wii, which is part of the reason people have problems with it. I mean, people love. I love Metroid Prime 3, but it also has a few issues. The main issue with it is that they forced in the motion controls when it didn't make a lot of sense. Okay, here's the thing: is that Metroid Prime games work amazing with a Wiimote. Like, in my opinion, it's actually the best way to play them is with a Wiimote. The problem is that they put a few weird motion gimmicks in it that don't work as well as the aiming. Because like the Wiimote's best when you're aiming, right? In specific, they added these things where you have to push and pull, and the Wiimote has a hard time sensing that. Because it's not the Motion Plus, it's just the OG. And the OG, okay, it's very funny, because the OG Wiimote, all it can do is it can sense that it's being moved, and it can see the pointer. Those are the only two things the original Wiimote can do. It can't sense any other, like, position. It doesn't have a gyroscope. It's not until the Wii Motion Plus that they were actually able to sense motion, like, properly. So, most original Wii games that use motion controls are basically just equating it to, like, a cursor and a button press. Would be the best way of putting it. Um, so it's just
Right.
interesting. Like in Wii Sports, what it does is basically it has like an accelerometer, and it sees if your thing is moving beyond a certain speed, then it assumes you're trying to swing it, you know? It's not like Wii Sports Resort where they can actually tell where the sword is, you know? It's interesting. But yeah, that's like the main problem with Metroid Prime 3 is that like there's a few spots that are it's not the main problem. It's only a very slight problem. Um anyways, sorry, I'll stop rambling about Metroid.
I mean, you
I
can
like
ramble
Metroid.
about Metroid, and I mean, I know it's Other M that people really don't like.
Yeah, no, Other M's the one that's the problem because Other M, I mean, it's basically not a Met. Okay, so it does a lot of things wrong, right? The very first thing it does wrong is that I believe it says that, and I haven't played it myself. I've just watched someone play it and like, you know, all that. But the first thing it does is it declares the Prime games non-canon.
Oh, well, that's
That's
a
like,
very bad. I didn't know that. That's a very bad start.
yeah, the great first move. Declare the most beloved games in your franchise non-canon. Um, and then I mean, the main problem. Okay, there's a few like with the cutscenes. I've heard that actually they're not quite as bad in the Japanese version. It's particularly how they translated it. Um, because like so they have this thing like there's a lot of things in games. There's contrivances in games that we just accept. Like for instance, in the case of Metroid, every game Samus loses all of her power-ups, right? Which it's always kind of dumb, but at the same time we should accept it because if she started the game with all of her power-ups, then it would like the game wouldn't be there, you know?
Yeah.
Um, in Other M, what happens is that at the beginning of the game, she starts working with uh she starts working with her old commander, and he tells her to turn all of her power-ups off, and then gives her permission to turn them on one by one, which is really dumb, and it like makes Samus seem like there's in particular there's a part where like there's several parts where she's in danger, and he's like not letting her turn her power-ups on, and it just feels really like a bad relationship and like predatory, and it's a whole thing. Apparently, in the Japanese version, it's more that Samus is like trying to show it to him that like, oh, I can do this without my powers. But even then, it's still dumb. I don't know. It's like a whole thing. Like, there's a part
Yeah,
where the Queen Metroid eats Samus in her Morph Ball, and then at the last moment, he's like, okay, fine, you can use your Morph Ball bombs to defeat the Queen Metroid. And it's like, she was dying. What are you doing? Anyways,
I'd heard
sorry.
before there was like a loss of agency with Samus and stuff.
Yeah, no, she is her
Character
commander.
assassination.
Again, it's in the American version in particular, it just makes her seem like, oh, I'm just, this um, I can't disobey this guy, until she
Basically,
lets
it's
me go.
like well, I'm just a woman, even though that was the
Yeah,
thing that was empowering her before.
yeah. I mean, it's a whole thing, and also there's a few other issues with it too. I mean, there's a lot of issues with it. One is that the gameplay just does not work. They were like trying to go for like a God of War type thing, but then they didn't make the combat work right. Like it was more of like a less of a Metroid game and more of like a hack and slash, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
But then the combat, like, okay, for whatever reason, they were like when they were designing it, they were like, the original Metroid on NES only had a D-pad and two buttons, so we should only design this game using a D-pad and two buttons, which is nonsensical, you know?
yeah,
Um, it ended up because it's a 3D game, and so it ends up making the game really difficult to control because you're doing it with a D. It's a 3D game you're controlling with a D-pad. And then there's like a first-person aiming mode, so you have to switch the Wiimote to its side to aim, and then switch it back to move, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Um, it's a huge mess. Um, and pretty much every Metroid fan just considers it non-canon.
Well,
Um,
yeah, it's non-canon at this point.
yeah, I mean, Metroid Dread. Okay, so like when you beat Metroid Dread, right? So originally in Metroid games, the faster you beat the game, when you got the ending, Samus does a pose, and the faster you beat the game, the less armor Samus wore, which felt kind of, again, against her, like, which I didn't like it either. And one thing I liked is in Metroid Dread, instead you get cool art from the previous games for the faster you beat the game. And one of the arts they do give you is from Metroid Other M. But that's as far as I know about it being canon still.
I mean,
Um,
I guess, I guess I respect it when you're more willing to reference the thing rather than pretend that it never happened. Because
yeah, I mean I'm fine with it in Metroid Dread because in Metroid Dread they just have art from every Metroid game for being the game at certain times. So it's all like really cool art. Um,
um, like we talk about Dragon Ball again. Like about Dragon Ball Evolution.
is that the live action movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They made a live action movie and it's really bad. And it's actually the thing that kind of because Dragon Ball kind of ended, and it wasn't really there was no need to bring it back. Um, Akira Toriyama was invited to see the premiere of Dragon Ball Evolution, and he basically said one thing that was basically like, I don't know what that was, but it wasn't Dragon Ball. And so it's kind of widely believed that the reason he ended up making more Dragon Ball was because he was like, I don't want this to be my
My
legacy. Like,
legacy. Yeah,
yeah.
that
So,
makes sense.
um, but it is really bad, and it's like it's really ridiculous. Like Goku's like in high school and stuff, and he beats up his bullies. It's like,
That's yeah.
um,
No, it's always funny when like uh especially for like live action movies when they're like embarrassed of the source material and they're like, "Oh, we need to like make it less embarrassing," you know?
yeah, they got a bunch
And
of things wrong. It feels like they kind of glossed over like a Wikipedia page about Dragon Ball.
yeah. I mean,
And
it sounds to me like someone who had like never watched anime or an episode of Dragon Ball would like go, "Oh, it's the one where they scream and they're in high school and then, you know." 'Cause that's every anime, you know. That'd be
Would it
like
be
what?
would it be worth buying the leeches lure? It's like all my money.
I have that one, and it's been going good so far.
I mean, I guess I might as well have it and then see
Yeah.
if it pays off.
I mean, it's incremental upgrades, right?
Yeah. Well, it's bait, I guess, not lure, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution is, it's also been like 15 years, so I feel like I wouldn't really have a problem with them like referencing it a little bit, just in like a joking way.
Yeah.
But they
I mean,
don't,
they could do. I
obviously.
remember, wasn't like Boxheart Mega Man a character in like one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games? You could have like
Probably.
you could do like evolution, like the bad Boxheart Mega Man, where he like
Yeah,
just looks really
Yellow
weird.
Mega Man.
Um, they could have like they could have evolution Goku, in like
Yeah,
a
because
fighting game.
Evolution Goku does have like his own outfit and stuff. Like they could have put that in Sparking Zero as a joke, but I think people would just hate it.
Yeah.
People take Dragon Ball a bit too seriously, though. It's kind of like
I think people
Batman
take
and
most things.
Robin. I don't know if you know much about Batman or like Batman movies.
Not really, no.
Oh, okay. Well, they made one in the 90s called Batman and Robin, and it basically killed comic book movies for like 10 years.
Really?
Well, at least it killed Batman movies. There wouldn't be another Batman movie until Batman Begins came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just like it had Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze, and he just makes like ice puns and stuff.
That sounds great. No.
And the Batman costume has like nipples on it for some reason. The bat nipples. And it's like really campy. It's trying to be campy like Adam West Batman, but it's like doesn't have the same charm as that does, and it's also like not funny. It's like really cringy. But
Yeah.
like so at the time people were like, you've like ruined Batman. This is like, what have you done? But now that movie's so old that people kind of like it because it's like the harm that it did is like long past over, and we have like Batman movies and it's fine. So now people can just appreciate it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of how I feel about Dragon Ball Evolution. Like it's not really harming the franchise anymore. It's just kind of a novelty.
Yeah. No, I can get, like, I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, I mean, one thing that I do feel like the more as I get older, is that I'm also okay with, like, if there's something I like, and then a company is milking it, and they come out with something bad that I don't like, right? I can still like the thing that I originally liked. Like, I mean, the Minecraft movie's coming out, it's probably gonna be bad. I don't really care, you know? It's not
I
gonna
mean,
make me...
I'm looking forward to watching it, regardless.
Same, but I remember when I was younger, I was like, oh, it's ruined. It's like cringe now. I don't like. It's just like what you like. It's
Yeah.
okay to um. I don't know.
There
I
actually
had a thought.
was
What was it? Go ahead.
well, there actually was a Dragon Ball Evolution game for the
Really?
PSP. Yeah. It's
We have
basically like a
PSP
reskin
live
of.
action Goku.
It does, yeah. It's like the Budokai games. It's like a Budokai game that's like reskinned to look like the actors from the movie. And
Oh my
you
God, you're
go,
right. Sorry, I'm looking it up now.
you play through the movie, but there's no cutscenes. It's like a visual novel style where I don't even think they did art of the actors. I think it's literally just photos of them with like a filter on it to make it look like it's a drawing.
Why is Bulma? Why is Bulma like? Oh my.
Yeah, the woman that plays Bulma, obviously she's supposed to have like blue hair, so she has like one strand of blue hair, and the rest of her hair is like brown. Because if she had fully blue hair, that would just be cringe, even though your target audience is Dragon Ball fans.
Again, it feels like a lot of times when they do stuff like this, they're embarrassed to. I don't know. There's like a lot of mistakes that live action adaptations made. Have I told you about the Full Metal Alchemist movie? There's like a Netflix Full Metal Alchemist movie that's like live action, and the big problem with it is that they try to condense the entire like 3/4 of the series into one movie, and like have all the stuff in it, so it's just like it goes like bang 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 bang. There's so much material they have to get through because like the anime I want to say is like 60 episodes long, maybe more.
Yeah,
Um, and each episode's like 30 minutes long, and they're trying to fit this all into like a hour-long movie. And so like they just run from plot point to plot point to plot point because they're trying to fit it all. Um,
I have a sea turtle, by the way.
ooh, I like sea turtles. I have a sea turtle pin in my hat.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Um, I was gonna mention something else I remembered about Dragon Ball Evolution that's kind of
Oh yeah.
funny. Because they get a lot of things wrong, like mainly it's like restocking leeches is expensive, but I guess it's probably
I assume it pays
proportional.
off.
Um, um, yeah, they get a lot of things wrong about like stuff that happens in Dragon Ball, like it doesn't make any sense. But one thing that's really funny that is there's parts of the movie where they start talking about airbending,
Wait,
and
what?
they're like Goku, you have to what you need to do is you need to master airbending, and it's like
Wait, what? Like,
this
did
is
they say that?
the wrong franchise.
What did they say? Airbending?
Yeah, they he's like I need to
Oh my
teach you
gosh.
airbending, like airbending is not.
That's oh my
That's
gosh,
a
that's so
different
funny.
show.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to
Um.
join the call. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah, March, that'd be good.
Um. Yeah. The last Avatar, the Last Airbender. Well, just the Last Airbender. That's also a really bad movie.
Yeah, I'm aware of it vaguely.
Do, do, do.
Hey, Epi. There might be some echo between us because we both have mics. Actually, is your mic even on? It is. Okay. We might take turns meeting. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see if it's bad. I don't know if there's anyone in your chat right now, but if there is and they mention something, we could like leave or something.
I don't think there's been anyone in the chat, to be honest.
Okay, no worries.
Even though this is a banging stream.
This is a fun stream. I don't know. I'm having fun. I could probably join the chat. But I also don't know. I don't want to run too much off my computer because this is my laptop.
Yeah. I have it open, so I should see if someone is there, but I haven't seen anyone. I did. I mean, it's kind of early by
Yeah.
American standards.
No, that's fair. I mean, me and Abby are mainly awake because our sleep schedule doesn't really exist.
Yeah. I announced it in the server though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm on the stream now. Let me mute it. There we go. Okay, I really like the lazy lure or whatever it was. Oh gosh, I gotta mute. I gotta mash fast. Okay, that was a tough one. What is this one?
Yeah, I've been failing a lot of them, to be honest.
Cool. Have you upgraded your pull yet? You should go do that because it makes it do more damage.
Yeah, I should do that. Um,
I could probably go do that again right now.
yeah, I just saw you disappear.
I used the return to spawn. Wait, what? Apparently there's a passive fishing thingy that like passively fishes for you in the background.
Oh, that
This is an
sounds strange.
this is an incremental game now.
Probably does get crazier as it goes on.
Yeah, I got a thing called a fishing
Are you
button.
talking about rod power?
Yeah, that's the one that makes you do more damage. So you have to mash less. It makes it so when you're like the mashing prompt, whenever it like has the number, you'd like do more to that number than one at a time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's. I think especially trying to catch like those really big fish, like I have to like break my mouse. It's like. It felt like I was doing badly, but I think some of it just like wasn't physically possible unless you upgrade.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think I could have done it without upgrading it.
Maybe speedrun this game.
Yeah.
We would do like turtle percent. Get a sea turtle.
I always like the joke categories. Okay, the categories I always end up finding the most fun are the joke categories and like the weirdly specific categories. Like I always love low percents. Are you where low percents are?
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are always fun because it's like, okay, you got to beat the game like getting less items. One that I've always loved is the Twilight Princess one. So in Twilight Princess, in the low percent speedrun, to skip some of the items, they have to like clip through walls. But the only way to do it, because they don't have any items, is they found out that Link's animation when he like picks up a rupee for the first time, like it's like, oh, this is a green rupee, you know? That
Yeah.
animation is actually made incorrectly, and it doesn't loop properly. And every time the animation happens, Link moves over by like a millimeter. And so if you pick up a rupee for the first time and then leave the game on for about like 14 hours, Link will eventually slide through the wall.
That's pretty weird.
Games breaking like over a very long period of time has led to some very strange speedruns. I remember there's a Celeste minimum, I forget if, I think it's minimum dashes,
Yeah.
where apparently if you leave Celeste running long enough, it turns off spike collision.
Yeah, the spike collision just like stops working. I mean, there's also the thing that
I think it's a floating point kind of thing.
probably, yeah. There's also the thing that in Mario 64, there's the minimum A presses run, right? Uh, and in that one, uh, they get to the top of Bowser in the Fire Sea because on the Wii Virtual Console, there's a floating point error where the rising and sinking platforms ever so slightly go upwards. And if you just ride them for like 20 hours, eventually you get up to the top of the level. Yeah, I mean, the way those categories work, because they're low percent, right? So the way they work is that you get a faster time than someone, you beat them. But if someone gets lower percent than you, then they beat you no matter what their time is. So you can always beat somebody of any time if you get lower percent. So it
Right.
doesn't matter how it doesn't matter how slow it is to get something. If you can get something, then that's like that gives you the record. And it's just it always leads to really weird strategies. Like I remember there's someone who does the. I was watching a stream of someone doing the low percent Twilight Princess, and the stream was like broken into multiple parts because they would get to the first rupee check, and then they would end the stream, or they would just like keep the stream running for the next like 20 hours, and then they'd come back after it was ready, and then keep going.
I keep doing that thing where the chat keeps telling me I have no bait, but I keep fishing anyway.
I did that too. Also, did you see my frog? I have a
Yeah, I did
frog.
see that.
Frog haver.
Frog.
Yeah, I'm
Frog.
just like, why no fish? In the chat, the chat's like over and over again, be like, you've got no bait. You won't catch any
Got no
fish
bait.
like that.
Yeah. Oh, this one's tough. Ooh. Okay, cool. So the fishing buddy just automatically catches fish for you.
So I was doing some mashing. That's a lot easier.
Yeah, no, it's so much easier.
I upgraded the
It's
speed as well.
nice.
But yeah, if I was ever going to do a speed run, it would have to be like a silly one.
Yeah. I mean, there's some speed games. Like, I'm tempted to say I would like do an RPG because like a lot of RPGs, you don't need to have perfect movement. A lot more like,
You say that, but like menuing.
or not that, not that. Like, sorry, not perfect movement. Rather, there's okay, like Earthbound, right? In the Earthbound speedrun, there's a lot of breaks because there's like a bunch of unskippable cutscenes, and so you can like take a bathroom break at multiple points during it, which I always thought was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I were to speedrun a game, it'd either be Celeste or Hollow Knight, probably. Those are both games I could probably do.
I get really good at, I guess, speedrunning openings of games that I play a lot because I just played them so many times.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's just something that naturally happens. Like, I mean, like the opening of Baldur's Gate 3, like I just get off the ship really quickly in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I made a bunch of characters.
No, it's
Oh,
always fun when
look
you
at
do
this.
that.
This is sunfish.
Oh, a sunfish.
I can't see
Nice.
my character.
I like how the fish are PNGs.
Yeah, and that's a very Animal Crossing thing as well, where you like hold it up. Like, there's people posting the picture in New Horizons when you like catch like a shark, and it's like
Yeah,
twice as big as your character.
and it makes the noise inside.
Yeah. Although Animal Crossing has the museum, which is fun. So it's
Yeah,
like you can catch one for myself and one to donate into
yeah.
the museum.
No, I really like the Museum of New Horizons. That was like one of my favorite parts.
I hope they make a new Animal Crossing soon,
That'd be cool, yeah.
especially if it can have better multiplayer, because it really bothers me how the multiplayer is really lacking in Animal Crossing, and it already was in New Leaf, and I thought it would be like really improved in New Horizons, and it was kind of just the same, where you're
Yeah,
not allowed to build anything, you're not allowed to move furniture. All you can really do is catch bugs and fish, and if you want to do literally anything else, you have to like to basically get the person to leave. And it shouldn't
yeah,
be like that. You should be able to like live like on each other's islands and like well, first of all, you should be able to make multiple islands, like multiple saves. You should be able to have like an Animal Crossing server where you can like share an island online
yeah, I agree.
and be able to be in it together and stuff.
No, there's like a lot of very weird small things like that in like New Horizons that are like they're just they feel to me like Nintendoisms, like things where Nintendo is always just a bit behind. Um, like
Yeah,
like
they were
Nintendo's.
saying
Oh yeah,
like about the one island thing. They were saying like, oh well, it goes against the spirit of Animal Crossing. Your island wouldn't be special and like stuff like that. And it's like, well, it's just like I would probably have played the game more if I could go make like a second island where and stuff. But like, I don't want to demolish the island I already have or
yeah.
delete it or something like just so I can do that. So like, would it really
I
be so
mean,
bad if I could just have a save slot?
That is like one of the things that historically Nintendo does a lot, is they want you to play games in a specific way usually. Um, like Nintendo makes amazing games. I love a lot of Nintendo's games, but like one of their usually biggest issues is that they have a very specific way they want you to play it in, for better or for worse. Which, for better, is that oftentimes they have a good way for you to play it, and for worse is sometimes they have a suboptimal way for you to play it that is better for some people but not for everyone, or maybe not even better for anybody. But you're forced to play that way, you know. I mean, I think the opposite is like stuff that's like very open to mods, you know, or open to like user settings. Like that's one thing is the like Nintendo games. I mean, console games in general, but especially Nintendo games, usually have like no settings in the settings menu, you know. Versus
Yeah, that's really annoying.
You boot open like Minecraft, and then you have like you could change a bunch of stuff, you know, or you boot up like Factorio or like most PC Steam games. Like this game, you boot up the settings, and you could change whatever you want, you know.
Do they even have like accessibility options and stuff?
For this game?
But for Nintendo games?
I usually know. I mean, it depends on the game, but like, oftentimes no, which always bothers me. Well, it's funny because like, for me, I don't really need too many accessibility options. The one I always need is like something that reduces flashing lights. Because like when there's like flashing lights on screens, that gives me a headache.
To be honest, I've never really seen that as an option before, but I was really happy to see that in the Doom collection.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen it a few places, like, and it's better sometimes than others. Like, it's in the Binding of Isaac, but it's not like enough. Like I remember when I was playing Binding of Isaac, like they have a thing that reduces flashing lights, but like the lights are still flashing too much for my liking. In particular in Isaac, you like white out sometimes, and I'm like, I don't like when it flashes me with white very quickly. You know?
Yeah. I was worried that was going to be like a big problem with Sparking Zero, but because there's like it's a really fast-paced game with lots of particle effects and flashing and flickering in it, but it like really didn't bother me.
Would you say lots of sparking?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out of...
Yeah. It's pretty much a reference to the theme song. Because in this Shala Head Shala, there's that part where he's like sparking. So sparking is usually like a thing in Dragon Ball games. Yeah. It's usually like a mode that you go into that's more powerful. Like they have sparking in fighters as well.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, that was something silly I was thinking of because I was thinking of doing a Sparking Zero stream anyway. But I was earlier I sent you that mod that adds Mario 64 to the game.
Yeah. Okay. I always like. I remember when Fighters came out. Someone made a mod of Kermit the Frog, and like I always loved that clip of seeing go like insane and turn gold and then like punch Goku.
Yeah, I think there is a Kermit mod for Sparking Zero. Oh, I got a treasure chest. I have never gotten one before. Can you open it? How does that work?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. No, you just equip it to one of your hotbar. Let me show you my rainbow connection.
Cosmetic green bucket hat unlocked.
I caught a Man of War. You probably should not be holding this.
No. I got this hat in the chest.
Ooh, I like that. Like a bucket hat.
Yeah, I saw your fishing buddy.
Look, it's like a little frog.
But yeah, I was gonna say I was thinking about downloading the Mario 64 replacer and then going doing online matches like that on a Twitch stream.
I think that'd be fun. I like that.
Yeah, because I have a bunch of mods in the game. Like you can have skin mods and stuff and go online and it's fine.
Yeah, no, I always like that when there's client-side mods. I remember I used to play Smash Bros for Wii U with client-side character mods. Like I had one that made Link into Minecraft Steve, but back before they actually added Minecraft Steve. Um, there's always like a bunch of fun skins. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously you get in trouble for doing like mods that are actually like cheating and stuff, but if
oh
it's
yeah,
just
I mean there's
a mod or replacer, I don't think. I mean, it's been fine so far. Everyone does it on PC.
yeah, I mean like usually things that there's a client side and a server side with most things, right? I mean, I'd imagine it might be peer-to-peer, I'm not sure with the thing. But like if a mod is client side, then it only affects your computer, and that's usually fine because it usually can't cheat on a client side. I mean, you can cheat on a client side mod, it really depends on how the game is set up. Um like an example, um I don't know, it really depends. Sorry, I'm not going to go into game infrastructure because there's a lot there. um but like I mean, for instance, for my job, I set up the game that we're working on right now to be mostly have a lot of the important stuff on the server side, which is usually good, but I did run into an issue where because everything's on the server side, there's a lot more latency on the client because it has to wait on the server to do things if like you have bad internet. So, it's a game of tug of war. Pros and cons and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, dogfish. I'm making good progress in my knitting while we're doing this. I'm just like every time I cast, I'm like doing like a few stitches. Um,
Yeah. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that about the game. There's like new mods coming out every day. A lot of them are really nice and stuff.
I love when games have a modding scene. That's like one of my favorite things. It's like
Yeah.
a good modding community can like oftentimes make things.
Yeah, the game's not even a month old yet as well.
I remember, um, I remember that. Excuse me. I remember that like someone did like a D&D alignment chart for video game companies on their stances on modding. And like
Yeah.
Nintendo was lawful evil. Um, I think they did FromSoft is true neutral, and then Bethesda is chaotic good. I
Yeah.
remember her.
Yeah, I
Um,
think we were talking about that because I was saying that like Take-Two is probably like the most evil example because they like sent people over to like threaten people that made mod tools, like showing
yeah,
up at their door and stuff, trying to like intimidate them like they're the mob.
yeah. I was to say that's not great.
I don't know what the state of Switch emulation is these days. I think all the major ones have already been shut down.
Yeah, okay. It was very unfortunate because there was like one like group of people that were making they made the Switch emulator and the 3DS emulator, and their like whole thing got nuked. So the 3DS emulator is nuked too, unfortunately,
Yeah.
which makes me sad. Because like there's a lot of great 3DS games. I got a DS recently, so I can play like DS and GBA games now, which is nice. I was
Yeah,
like,
how's
ooh,
that been going?
it's good. I don't know. It's just nice to have. Like, it was like $100 on Amazon to get a refurbished one, and so now I can just play DS games when I want to. which is nice because I have a lot of nostalgia for DS games in particular.
Yeah.
I like it too because it's very light. Okay, like I love my 3DS, but my 3DS, well, I had like a new 3DS XL, and it was very heavy, you know, just because there's a lot of stuff in it.
Hmm.
And one of the things I like about the DS Lite is that it is in fact very light. Like I can like, I don't know, it just is tiny and like very, I don't know. Like for me, like I like playing on the DS a bit because it's like, it's like it's a comfy console. I don't know if that makes sense. It's just like, it's like
No,
small and I can go to my,
it is.
yeah, it's like small and I can go under my covers with it, and like the games are like a low resolution, and like I don't know. There's just something about that that's like very cozy.
Yeah.
I also found homebrew Minecraft for it, which is very silly. It's like very limited. It's basically just like a little creative mode demo. But it was kind of cool that it, like I was curious if someone had put one together, because usually for most consoles, people have made a homebrew Minecraft of some sort.
Yeah, I need to get like an external SD card reader because this laptop doesn't have one built in. Like my other one did. But that's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I got
Um,
I got one with my order. The little like thing to read it.
yeah, my old
Just
laptop had one built in, so I could just put SD cards directly into my laptop, which was nice, but it's probably not a lot of money to get an external one.
yeah, mine was like $5. Um, I don't know what that'd be in euro, but
Pounds.
or pounds. Sorry. Oh my god, I always get them mixed up. Wait, so where's the euro again? Like, where's that used at?
I mean the euros used pretty much, um, well, I mean, not all of Europe. I don't know exactly. I guess that's a good question.
I don't know. Yeah, I
Certain
mean,
parts of Europe use euros.
yeah,
Not all of them, because like I know, I think France and Germany have like their own specific currency.
yeah. You know, it's always interesting how like different currencies are a thing. Like, it's interesting for me because like, whenever I play like a game that has like yen in it, I always have to like adjust to like how yen is like a million yen is not the same thing as $1 million, you know?
Yeah, because if
Um,
something costs like 100 yen, that's actually not very much money.
like a dollar, right?
Yeah,
Um,
when you're playing Yakuza, you have to be aware of that stuff.
yeah, I remember I was like playing Persona and like, I mean, it's funny because it's funny in Persona especially because in Persona's an RPG, so the money scales as you go on through the game. But like, you know, like they'd be like, "Oh, like you owe me 5,000 yen," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, how much money do these people have?" It's like, no, that's actually like, well, like $50.
Yeah.
I mean, yen's
Yeah,
you can almost approximate it by just taking off 2 zeros. It's
Well,
not,
the thing is,
yeah,
yen has been changing in price. Same with the euro. So I think for a time that was applicable, but I think it's less applicable now.
yeah.
What
I
is your...
remember in Nichijou, there's a one of the skits in Nichijou is that there's 2 girls and one of them is like,
Dollar is 1.5. Or sorry, $1 is 150 yen.
okay, so that's where we're at right now. I remember there's a skit in Nichijou where there's 2 girls, right? And one of them is like, "Oh, tell me your crush," and she was like, "Oh, if you tell anybody, you have to, or don't tell anybody." And the other girl's like, if I were to tell someone, I'd give you like 1 million yen." And she tells them her crush, and then she tells everyone else, and then she gives her 1 million yen. And like,
Yeah,
I now understand that 1 million yen is still a lot of money. It's just also not like $1 million, you know?
yeah, I wonder what $1 billion is in yen.
Yeah. Let's see.
That would be 150 billion yen.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
see. just sounds more impressive, I guess.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, what's your favorite fishing minigame in a video game?
Oh, I mean, I don't usually care for fishing mini games too much, I'll be honest. Terraria, like, has some interesting things with it because, I mean, the fishing itself is kind of boring because you don't really do anything, but like the stuff you can get from it is very interesting. And then like there's different like biomes you need to go to, and so oftentimes in a long-term Terraria world, one of your goals is to build like a convenient fishing hole for every biome. It's like
Yeah.
you can like because it's a sandbox game, you can build the biomes wherever you want. So like you can like do your best to make a more
Oh,
accessible version of every biome in a fishing hole, you know?
yeah.
What about you?
The only thing I can think of is the one from Sonic Adventure, even though it's really bad.
That's the one with Big the Cat, right?
Yeah, because basically what they were trying to do with Sonic Adventure was it was really just they wanted the game to just be like a showcase of all the different things that the Dreamcast could do. So that's why it has all these different gameplay types in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the fishing minigame is notoriously really bad and unreliable. Like it's kind of just doesn't work half the time and stuff. And it's like the one part of the game that even like the biggest fans of Sonic Adventure 1 just kind of don't really like playing through big story.
Yeah,
Because you have to play every character's story to unlock the final story to fully complete the game.
I see. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, because there's a ton of different gameplay modes. Like there's obviously like the traditional like the 3D Sonic like speed stages, and then like the Knuckles like treasure hunting,
Mm-hmm.
and the fishing, and then
Yeah.
you play. There's a part where you play as Gamma that's like a shooting range where you're like locking onto enemies, and it's kind of parts of it are like on rails and stuff. And
It's
then
funny. I know all these vaguely, mainly because of the fan dub.
yeah, and then aside from that, there's a bunch of like bonus stages. Like there's like the casino where you're literally playing like pinball and stuff. And there's like a part where you're in like a flight. You're in like a plane and you're shooting at stuff like in a plane. Um, so
Lot of
it's kind
variety.
of just trying to be all of these different games at the same time, but it's because they wanted it to be like, look how crazy the Dreamcast is. It can do all of this.
Yeah. I would say that reminds me a bit of. I mean, it's not quite the same thing, but like in particular, and at least I heard this. Maybe you'd know more about this, but in Sonic 06, um, they have Silver the Hedgehog, right?
Yeah,
And Silver the Hedgehog, their stuff is all like physics stuff, you know?
yeah, it caused
Like
a
they
lot
can
of
like
problems.
yeah, and the reason they had that is I believe there was some mandate that they had to showcase the physics system, you know? And so one of the characters, like, their whole gimmick is that they can only really interact with the world through the physics, you know?
It's no use.
Um, it's no use. At least that's what I heard.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's entirely true, but
maybe next year will be the year of Silver.
Silver Origins.
Well, yeah, because
And
they're probably going to make a fourth Sonic movie. Although they're probably not going to call it Sonic 4 because movies never get numbered 4 anymore. But they probably will make more of them.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I mean, did they make a third one?
the third one's coming out like at the end of the year. That's the one with Shadow in it.
Oh, okay. It's almost too bad that the second one had Knuckles in it because then they could have the third one and they could have two versions of the movie. They could have a version with and without Knuckles.
Well,
So you,
what's kind of funny is that Knuckles is confusing. So there's the movie is called Sonic 2, not to be confused with the game Sonic 2. It basically adapts the plot of Sonic 3, starring Knuckles, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
yeah.
but the movie is Sonic 2, not to be confused with the Sonic 3 movie, which is about Shadow, which is based on Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm like, okay, what if after they came out with the Sonic 2 movie with that has Knuckles in it, they released a re-release of the first movie that has Knuckles edited into it, and it's Sonic 1 and Knuckles? Like the game,
Yeah,
you know, like you could do the game, right? You could do like Sonic 1 in like have Knuckles in it. Which still to
that's
me is like one of the fucking coolest things of all time is the like stuff where you connect the carts together and play as Knuckles.
yeah, well that's the thing that's funny about it is you can connect that to any like Sega cartridge. So like there's like a video I saw where it was like 50 like and Knuckles attached to the Mega Drive, and it was like on its side, and the cartridges were going like all the way like out of the door and stuff.
It's funny.
Um, but that's like a fun sort of joke mode that you can unlock in Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania has like a and Knuckles mode, so you can have like Knuckles and Knuckles. Yeah,
That's
where
funny.
you can have anyone plus and Knuckles, including Knuckles, so you can have two Knuckles going through the game.
I like two Knuckles.
Um, so Thanksgiving is a thing this month, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh goodness, that'll be a thing.
I don't know when that is.
Oh yeah, do y'all celebrate that? Is that an American only holiday?
That's just an American holiday.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's about like the America founding thing.
Yeah, okay, I never realized that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Funny Adam's Family Value reference.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Thanksgiving's always a bit odd. I think I mentioned this story before. I had like one aunt who we like went to her house for Thanksgiving and um she had like this thing where she only prepared like uh non-gluten vegan food, right? Which I can understand, but the thing was that no one in her family had a vegan allergy. Or like a not a vegan allergy, you know, like a gluten allergy.
yeah.
Um and it was just like she was like, "Oh, like, you know, it causes autism or something." And
Yeah, it's
so
kind of silly.
yeah, but anyways, like we had Thanksgiving and the turkey was like substitute turkey and it was like disgusting.
Hello class, I'm your substitute turkey.
Yeah. No, it was like everything was substitute, like to the point that I was like, this can't be healthy. There was like substitute like vegetables. Like they weren't real vegetables, they were like substitute vegetables, you know?
What's the point in that?
Yeah, it's just like this feels counter, you know. Like
Yeah.
again, like gluten isn't good for you sometimes. I'm aware of that, but like I feel like making everything a substitute version of itself probably isn't great for you either.
Yeah. I always think that Thanksgiving is strange, especially like not having it, because to me it's basically like having Christmas dinner a month before you have Christmas dinner,
Effectively, yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
like
I've
how
totally
I don't know why Americans have so much money.
Well, they have so much money because presumably they. I think the idea is that they just spend more money on like frivolous things, so
yeah. I mean, I think I mentioned this before,
they
but
presumably the point is to create more jobs? Question mark.
I don't know. American politics is or like a
It's
job
very
driven
weird.
us. But like, I mean, it is interesting that you say that because like growing up, my parents have always been like fairly well off because they're doctors, you know.
Hmm.
Um, and like that never really occurred to me that like yeah, that's probably really expensive. I mean, now that we like buy our own food at the grocery store, I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so expensive, you know. Um, but like. I don't know. I always have mixed feelings on Thanksgiving. It's kind of just like a meh holiday to me. Like I like food, the food sometimes. It can be good. In
I mean, I
particular,
do
I'm like,
like all
ooh,
that stuff.
I'm like, okay, like I like rolls a lot. Like you know like freshly baked rolls. I need to learn how to make those. Like freshly baked rolls are so good.
Yeah, they are.
That's like the main thing. I don't really care for turkey to be honest. I just like the rolls and the mashed potatoes.
I mean, I really like turkey. I like, I like stuffing and stuff. Usually,
Yeah.
I would associate it with Christmas and stuff.
That's funny because like I don't think Christmas dinners have ever been a thing for me. Like we don't have Christmas dinner per se. Um,
I mean, I'm sure it's different for everyone. Maybe that's what it is, though. Maybe it's like maybe Christmas dinner is not as big of a thing as it is in the UK, but you have a look at this hammerhead
whoa,
shark.
that is very big. Yeah, I mean at least Abby, have you ever had Christmas dinner? I don't recall ever having that. We had Christmas breakfast, but like that's not even really a big. It's just like
Yeah, so maybe it's
a
not that you're really having like Christmas dinner like twice in the span of a month. Maybe it's like because in the UK Christmas dinner is like the big thing. That's when you have like the big turkey and all the stuffing and stuff, and you basically have what would be the equivalent of Thanksgiving on Christmas
Yeah.
Day.
I don't think I've had really a Christmas dinner. We usually just eat Thanksgiving leftovers.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so maybe I misunderstood because I thought like Americans must be rich if they're like they basically have they do the whole Thanksgiving thing and then they do the exact same thing again on Christmas Day.
I
But
mean some of them are
I
like,
think
but
the thing is, so the thing is, there's the whole thing about gift giving, and that's excessively expensive, right? Because
yeah.
it's just a standard and in a weird way part of the like societal dream where it's like, oh yeah, you buy a lot of like presents for people. Uh, one of the things, I don't know. I'm wondering if part of the idea is that you don't have as much of like a feast and spend more effort on that.
Yeah, I mean the gift giving has always been pretty like central, at least in my Christmases. Partially it's because my father is really into giving gifts.
Yeah.
Um, he's like he's very into giving gifts that are like unexpected. It's like he'll always give gifts without asking first, but like big ones that like both my turtles he gave me, and I liked my first turtle. The second one I couldn't take care of, which was an issue, you know. Um, but,
yeah.
I don't know. No, it's always interesting to like see little cultural differences like that. Um, yeah, I just hadn't really realized that that's not really a thing. I don't know. I
Yeah,
probably
and
won't like. Yeah, go ahead.
uh,
Sorry.
I mean, I learned there was like a lot of differences with British Christmas and American Christmas. Like you don't have Christmas crackers, for example.
Nah, I don't really know what that is. I'll be honest.
Um, yeah, because I didn't realize for a long time that that was just like a British thing. But you have like crackers. They're basically like it's basically like a thing that you pull it. It has like a fuse in the middle, and you both grab one end of it. You pull it. It has like stuff in it. It's kind of like I guess you could say it's kind of like a little pinata. It usually has like a few things inside of it.
Oh,
Like there's always
weird.
like a little paper crown and a bad joke and like some novelty toy like a paper clip or something stupid like that.
Oh, interesting.
of different things. So you pull crackers with someone.
I've never
And
heard that. And also, when you said cracker, I thought you meant like a food cracker. No, it's
yeah,
like a
they're
party
just
popper
called
almost.
they're just called crackers because they have like a fuse in the middle, so like they make like a big pop sound.
They crack.
And
Okay.
whoever gets like the bigger half gets to keep whatever inside of it, which
Okay,
usually
that
like
reminds me
really
of
cheap novelty
wishbones.
Yeah, I'd
stuff.
say that's a Thanksgiving thing. Thanks. Are you aware of wishbones?
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's a similar concept, except you actually get, but because usually what you get in a cracker is like kind of useless. Every now and then you
Yeah.
get something that might actually be like worth using. Although I can't really think of an example right now.
I mean, it sounds to me like a stock. Do you have stockings? I assume you use stockings.
Yeah,
Maybe.
stockings are a thing.
Like for me, at least growing up, I don't know if this is this way for you, Abby, but like my parents would always have like the big gifts are outside the stockings, and the stockings have like small stuff. Like, oh, the stockings were like you get like a Pez dispenser and toothpaste and an orange, and like maybe
Yeah,
like usually like one interesting gift in the stocking. It's like, oh, you get like uh uh I don't know, like something smallish that's kind of cool, you know.
yeah, stockings are good for putting in some um more things that you like snacks or something. You go in a stocking.
Yeah, no, like I don't get snacks in my stocking. That's true. I always get goldfish. Okay, have you heard about? Did you hear about the weird goldfish thing that happened? I don't know.
I mean, it's
What
like a
thing?
minor publicity stunt.
It was a publicity stunt. Yeah, they made adult goldfish and then made them limited or something like that. I don't know. It was weird.
What does
I
that
mean,
mean?
that's they were like, oh, we're rebranding as like Norwegian sea bass or something like that. Um, and then they like
It
sold.
wasn't like a full rebrand. It was just like, ooh, we can.
Yeah, these uh, like gold. Everyone thinks that goldfish are for kids, but in fact they are for like adults who are too grown up for this kind of thing. And then they
Is
just sold
that
it for like
is that a thing?
$100.
Like, is that really a thing?
Yeah,
Like, a goldfish is just a kind of fish. It's okay to have a pet fish. It's not really an age
no, no, no,
thing.
no, no, like the food.
The food.
Oh, goldfish food. Are you aware of those? The crackers?
There's a little cracker thing that's made of cheese, and it's
Oh,
called
I thought you
goldfish.
were talking about an actual goldfish, like only kids can own a goldfish. And I was like, what are you talking about?
I really like that. Sorry, that's I love that. Only kids can.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were saying. Like, what do you mean? You can have a goldfish if you're an adult. But like, oh, oh, you have a goldfish? Do you not like grow out of that? And I was like, I guess that makes sense, because, well, not really.
Yeah, that's what I love that. Um, Now in particular, it was the crackers. Are you aware of the crackers? Do they have this for you?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Just there's also a bot in my chat posting a massive
Oh,
paragraph.
do you mean to get it, or do you got it?
Yeah, it's. I sincerely hope this message finds you in splendid spirits. It is with great pleasure that I reach out to you on this resplendent. Oh, okay, it's gone.
Oh, sorry. They did say
Um,
resplendent.
yeah, I reach out to you on this resplendent Monday. The dawning of a new week often heralds fresh opportunities and invigorating possibilities, and I am truly excited to engage with you during an opportune time. How do you
Such a
find
polite
yourself on
bot.
this delightful day? I would be most eager to inquire about your current endeavors or any enthralling plans you may have on the horizon.
Wow.
Whoops. Maybe that wasn't a bot. Maybe that was a guy just talks like that. I'm not sure if we should unban him or not. I'm gonna unban them because I don't think they actually have tried to sell me anything. Maybe they're
Yeah.
just very eccentric.
If you are a real person, we are sorry. We're a bit trigger happy
Yeah,
because we get a lot of bots.
the narrator, I've unbanned you if you are truly like a person. I'm sorry. But usually when I see a massive paragraph like that, I have to assume that it's a bot. Maybe it just is. Wait, what day is it? Is it Resplendent Monday? I think it is.
It is a Monday. Wait, is that a thing? Is that like a holiday?
No, it's just Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so I might have been quick on that. I'm just used to having
Yeah.
bots in my chat.
No, you're definitely fine. It's just
Also,
sorry.
someone else said Merry Christmas. I guess because we were talking about Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I feel bad now in case that person was just being very, very polite.
Yeah.
Or just trying to
But
be silly.
it's just kind of like with that amount of text going on.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a. I'm still not sure myself. I'll be honest. But
No,
like,
I mean, I don't really see the harm in unbanning them even if they are a bot unless they post again. And if they do, I'll just ban them again.
yeah. I mean, that's the main thing is that you'll. The banning mainly just keeps them from spamming.
Yeah. Usually, because usually they're trying to sell me something. They'll be like, oh, do you want like view bots? And it's like, no, because then my channel would just get like ratioed because I have like like a bunch of followers and no one's actually watching the streams and it just looks bad.
Yeah.
And I don't actually gain anything from that.
Yep.
Bum, 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 bum.
But I think they target people with no, like they have like no Twitch viewers and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But are you tired of streaming to like nobody all the time? What if instead of that you were streaming to a bunch of bots?
I might go get some food at some point soon. Um,
That sounds like a good idea.
I might try to make pizza. I have. I got some pizza sauce from the store, and I can make more dough, I think. So.
That sounds good.
Also, my meds should show up today, so that's exciting. Happy for that.
That is good.
Again, it was really dumb. I like. So, like my medicine, I've been taking it in tablets, right? Like the little chalky ones you can break up. And my
Yeah.
insurance decided they don't support the tablets, but they do support the pills of the same med. For
Yeah,
some
that's
reason,
really silly.
which is just.
Shouldn't be able to do
Huh.
that to people.
Yeah. And in the end, all it does is, I mean, basically, I mean, I'm lucky this doesn't like, I'm not like, like diabetes where this is like my insulin or something, But it does still affect me. Like, I'm doing fine right now, but like, especially yesterday, I was like really struggling from it. Um,
I got some shorts,
yeah.
which is good because I wasn't wearing anything before. But yeah, I think it's definitely not fair that they can just do that to people that are kind of relying on them to supply them with medication.
Yeah. I mean, the main thing was so when that happened, they were like, "Oh, you need to take the pills instead," and I can't just switch the pills. I have to get a prescription from my doctor first, even though it's
Yeah.
the same med. Like we had to like send a thing to my doctor to like give him permission or have him give me permission to switch. You know.
So
And
wait,
then it was the weekend.
were you switching, or is it you just getting the thing,
I'm switching.
the tablets? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it would be any different. It's probably just the same.
The main thing is I can't break. So before I was taking 1.5 tablets, and because they were like the chalky tablets, right? You could break them in half, but these are pills, so I think I have to take just one now. I can't break it in half.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm
see.
sure. I don't know how that works. I guess it would be relatively the same dosage and stuff.
Yeah. Or I think they're actually getting me two different ones. Like, so before I was taking 3, and each tablet was 2. You know, like I was taking 3 milligrams, and each was 2, so I'd take 2.5. And so I think they're just getting me a bottle of pills that has 2 milligrams, and then a bottle that has 1 milligram. I think was what it was.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a thing. I'm feeling fine-ish right now. I mean, the main thing about uh depression meds is that they are a drug, and so like when you go on withdrawal from them, so like I mean, the way I've always heard it described, right, is that like with depression you feel at a certain level, right, where like you're at a lower like emotional baseline, and then depression meds can help get you up to a bit of a higher baseline.
I do like a
But
good
then if you
baseline.
Yeah, but if you end up in withdrawal, then you end up below your original baseline. If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
before you start taking meds, which is where I've been at the last few days.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Yeah, it's okay. I won't talk too much about it. It's just a thing. Insurance is fun.
Yeah, this is a good game.
Yeah, I'm liking this. Where'd you go?
I just went back to the main shop and stuff.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Hello.
Alright. Oh, you can have a fish for a mouth. It looks like you have like a fish in your mouth.
It's funny.
Yeah, every time I go to the high chat place, I have to do a wave.
Oh, weird. I got a tiny island. What's this?
What do you mean?
Oh, whoa, do you see that?
Where? I
The
see a flag. Travel?
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Oh,
hi.
is we're stranded?
Well, I think we can go back. We'll use the flag.
It's your private island.
Yeah, this appears to be my private island.
I mean, that's pretty cool if you can just travel directly into the shop.
Yeah.
It's actually even more convenient than before.
Whoa!
Oh, I saw that.
I got a giant squid.
Yeah, streaming is a lot more stable on the new laptop. It
That
doesn't
makes me very
disconnect or
happy.
anything.
Yay.
That was kind of a problem.
Like,
Yeah, I think obviously the hardware is better, but just the Wi-Fi is better as well.
yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I would love to just use like Ethernet or something, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And also I think I'm streaming in higher quality because I'm pretty sure I'm streaming in 1080 right now, which usually I would. Yeah, I'm streaming in 1080. Normally, before I was streaming up to like 720, and that was about it. So now I stream in actual HD, which is pretty cool. I
That's
don't know
cool.
if it's like 60 FPS, but it is 1080.
Yeah, I like your streams a lot. I'd be up to whenever you want to do one that where it's us hanging out. I'm always up for that.
I have a large
Uh,
lobster.
ooh, a big lobster. Uh, you've probably heard this before. Are you aware of carcinogization? I think is the word.
I don't think so.
So basically, crabs are evolved from lobsters. Um,
Makes
and like
sense.
the thing is that there's cases on the world of three different types of crabs that all evolved from lobsters separately, if that makes sense. So like there's like three different isolated times. It might even be more than three that a lobster evolved into a crab. And so there's like a scientific community biology joke that's like, everything will eventually evolve into a crab. Um,
Maybe
it's like
so.
it's the perfect form.
Insert crap dance here.
Dun, 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 dun,
I think if
dun.
I play the crab rave, it will get copyright struck. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Alright, the Crab
Well,
Rave person made a game. I don't know if you're aware of that. The person who like originally made Crab Rave made like a roguelike crab game on Steam because they just really like crabs.
I didn't know that.
Like a run and gun roguelike where you play as a crab. Okay, there are now two crab games I can think of. There's that one and also the Souls-like game that where you are a crab.
You remember that game you are fish or whatever, where you play as a fish?
Maybe.
It was like a very like streamer coded YouTuber game where you play as like a fish and you have to like escape and you end
Oh
up
yeah, I
like in.
remember that one.
I think I own that game, but I've never played it.
Sorry, that's a big yawn. I should have muted. Um, yeah, it's always funny like streamer bait games like that where it's like a lot of like silly physics things. I don't know. There's fun things with that. I remember there's one that that like I remember a lot of YouTubers used to do where like you play as like it's like a two-player game where one player is the father and one player is the baby, and the
Oh,
baby is
I
trying
know
to
that game. Yeah,
yeah, and the baby is trying to off themselves, and the father is trying to stop them from offing themselves. And I just remember that
yeah.
like somewhere in high school, like we got laptops from the school, and someone like smuggled a bunch of Steam games onto the Tech Ed drive, and like we had a school-wide tournament of that game. So it was very silly. Ooh, instrument. Whoa. How did this fit in that bucket? I do apologize. Probably need to go somewhat soon because I'm getting a bit sleepy.
I was thinking that maybe we should end it here, but we could do another one of these.
I'd be very up for that. This was fun.
Yeah,
I hope you have a good rest of your day.
I hope you do as well.
See ya.
Fine.
Bye.